Oh, that's so many plants.
Your joy's on the floor.
Wow. Sorry, can't help myself.
All right, hey you guys, we're at Bangkok International Exotic Plant Show and Sale, and you know who this is, needs no introduction. So this is gonna come up tomorrow night, so it's a pretty fresh episode and a rare one for me because I've got like 6 months of backlog.
Yeah.
But Yen, it's your first time in Bangkok and first time in this show.
Yes.
What do you think?
I'm a bit overwhelmed. There's so many plants I've never seen before.
Yeah.
In Australia, we have really strict biosecurity laws, so we can't import plants. So it's very hard to import plants. So basically, we have a very limited gene pool available. And coming over here and just seeing the variety on offer, it's crazy. Like, I think there's maybe some plants that we'll get in like 10 years time or something like that. It's like a trip into the future, you know? And everything is variegated. Everything is variegated. That's crazy.
And I know you're not a big fan of the very aglaonema type variegation.
Look, I mean, I think it might just be a thing that I'm conditioned to as well, right? Like, because we're not surrounded by so much variegation in Australia, I just really enjoy my velvets, I enjoy my green plants.
And they're faster growing.
Yes, but look, I think maybe if I would be surrounded by more variegated plants, then I would have a heightened appreciation for them as well.
Yeah.
I don't mind variegation. I think sometimes variegation can be stunning, but I don't think that every plant looks better when variegated. Some plants can just remain green. You know, why choose if you can have both, right? So, I don't mind. It's interesting.
All right. So what is some of the plants that you're maybe more impressed by so far? That
Yeah, right over there, there's actually a ginormous monstera, just a green one, but the fenestrations are really unusual. Like, it's highly, highly fenestrated. I think that is really interesting. You know, I like my fenestrations. That's what I grow monsteras for specifically. Of course, there's a lot of really nice variegated monsteras over here, and actually the only one that is somewhat on my wish list is the Thai Miracle. It has like
they're tricolor.
the tricolor one, exactly. I think that is really stunning, and it doesn't come at the expense of shape. It has the perfect shape, but it has these interesting colors. So those are the two that I saw over here that I would love to actually have. A lot of the other ones I saw, there's an epipremnum over there as well, a very variegated epipremnum.
Yeah, you and Irene, you love that.
Yeah, right next to the big monstera. Like, I think those were both really stunning. Those are plants that I would actually love to have myself.
Okay.
Love to put on a moss pole and grow that like as nicely as possible. Of course, there were so many. It's like I'm actually overwhelmed. Like, my brain hasn't processed all of this yet, you know. I probably have to look back at my own footage to really see all the plants that I saw today, because it's just all coming at me and it's all news, right? But those three would really be the ones that my brain remembers right now.
Okay, and we were just judging at a plant competition. What do you think of the competition in general? Anything that kind of stood out?
I mean, first things first, I think judging comes really natural to me. So I like that. I really enjoyed that. Look, it was really, really nice. I mean, we had anthuriums, we had philodendron, and we had terrarium plants. I suppose the terrarium plants were actually the most interesting to me because it's something that I'm usually not exposed to as well. I mean, I deal plenty with anthuriums. I have plenty of philodendron. That's really my thing, you know. But I really enjoyed the randomness of the terrarium plants, and I think those were the hardest one to judge as well, because you're not comparing apples with apples, right? They're so vastly different, where it's really hard to come up with the criteria. And then we look for different things as well, right? Like,
you have different preferences.
You know so much about the market and what's rare and what's kind of special. You know a little bit about their history as well. So obviously that gives you like a heightened appreciation for the plant, whereas I just look at them and I just was like, it's either sexy or it's not, you know? So I think I'm like more superficial with them, and if it looks nice and if I feel like, okay, the grower has done a good job growing it, like that's what I look for, and you look for more the history and so on. And then Irene, that looks for something completely different. So it's really interesting to look at the same plant and think so differently about it.
Well, that's what makes us a very good panel of judges. Like, we don't come from one point of view. We actually saw some philodendron hybrids in the competition, and those are some exquisite ones. And then in Thailand, there's so many philodendron hybrids. Like, I think we've got like one coming in the market every day. What do you think? I mean, in Australia, I'm sure you guys don't have access to it yet, but what do you think of the hybrids so far?
Overwhelmed again. I really appreciate that we just get released like one a month or like one a year or something like that.
Only the best ones.
Exactly. Yeah, and then it's like, okay, I don't feel that FOMO, you know. Whereas over here, I'm actually so overwhelmed to the extent that I just don't even, like, I can't choose. So I choose none of them. But I think they were my favorite category, like just visually from the one that I would like to grow. I think I would love to grow every single one of the philodendron we judged today. That's my thing. I like philodendron.
Yeah. And before we go, let's throw some shade. Now I saw your face just twisted in disgust at some of the plants. Maybe you want to comment on like what's happening?
I do want to comment on the hurricane. Nah. Look, I mean, the thing that it kind of on the back of that previous comment, I suppose because there's something new released every day. Yeah. You need to make it more and more special every time because people get desensitized to it, right? So I suppose eventually you're looking for, let's say, like a kind of mutation that's maybe not like inherently beautiful, but it's unique just to make it special.
Yeah.
I think I have a very traditional sense of aesthetics. So I like a classic beauty. Just because it's really special, really rare, like doesn't make it special and rare to me. I like a good deliciosa, like, you know, like a normal, if it's grown nicely, that warms my heart. So I don't think we need to select every single mutation, grow it out, and then maybe sell it. But that's my opinion. And the good thing about the plant hobby is that everybody can do it their way, you know?
Sure. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Exactly, you
and
know.
while we're like throwing shade at it, bad publicity is still good publicity.
Exactly.
You know?
Look, it's just my opinion. I can only represent my opinion, you know. And if you want to do your plant hobby in a completely different way, I love that for you, you know. Like you still, as long as you, we all have that communal love for plants, and there is no right or wrong. We don't need to, you know. Like, but obviously, I'm just going to represent my own opinions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
am I too shady? Is that like I don't know.
Just the right amount of shade? Yeah.
Okay, good. Am I, you know, don't get me in trouble.
Anyways, do comment down below. Let us know what you think of like the hurricane. Or actually, there's some more weird monstera.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think the other thing is like if you wouldn't tell me the price tag that comes with the plant, I probably would like it more. It's just like when I see the price tag and then I see the mutation, I'm just like
it just doesn't match up.
It's like a parody almost. Like, are we taking the piss or is it for real? Like, you know, that's what I'm thinking. But I think I'm just not far down enough in that rabbit hole to understand. So I think it's a me thing, you know. Like, don't worry. If you like the hurricane, you're obviously doing it right. I'm the problem. I don't have enough appreciation for that just yet. Maybe in 10 years' time, you know, when they're coming, when they're available in Australia, I'm like, guys, the hurricane, amazing. Like,
or when you realize it actually grows beautiful when it's like big, you know, because we've not seen the mature size yet. I don't know what's going to look like.
Look, I'm not a stranger to changing my mind, and I'm not a stranger to admitting it. But at this stage, I'm not a fan just yet. Especially when you're surrounded by so many other amazing plants. You know, it's like, okay, like. You didn't have to be here. Sorry. I keep doubling down, huh? I try to apologize and then double down. One step back, 2 steps forward. Let's go.
Well, I guess I should let you go. You've got a lot to do. And you and Irene, we're about to explore. And by the way, Jan's episode on the plant contest is going to be out sometime soon. So you'll see the plant competition plants and his channel soon.
Yeah, so you get to see all of them. And then... and I'll include the hurricane as well, don't worry. I'll do a full episode. No. Well, thanks for having me on your channel.
Thanks for being here.
Actually, thanks for having me in Bangkok.
Oh, yeah, thanks for everything. That's what you do. And like,
yeah, but I'm like a fish out of water here, you know, I don't leave my house often. You're a well-seasoned traveler, you know Bangkok, so I really appreciate it just showing me around.
Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome.
Oh, there's Irene. Come here, come here. This is the first time we met, no?
Yeah, this is Irene.
I think Irene...
Barging into their share.
She's up next, actually.
Cover my modesty. Skirt's too short. Yeah.
All right, guys, so this needs no introduction. Irene, and what do you think of this show?
Oh, okay. I don't know if I should say this, but the thing that really stood out for me were those two boys with their body paint. So I thought that was something really interesting. But of course, there's really a lot of amazing monsteras. I haven't been to plant shows for maybe a year now, so not as much as you. So I'm quite overwhelmed with the different variegation and new types, and a little overwhelmed. But some are really gorgeous.
Anyone that stood out to you?
I think the one that really stood out to me were not necessarily because I love them, but they're just so unusual. Like I saw a Monstera contorta. It's like really contorted, like it's, yeah, like really deformed looking.
Okay.
And there's a Monstera hurricane.
Oh yeah.
Also like really deformed.
And you like it?
I think it caught my eye.
Okay.
And the one I saw is quite a small leaf. So I'm really curious like what the Monstera hurricane would grow up to.
Yeah, no one knows actually. It's
Yeah.
still pretty new. Yeah.
And the one from Vietnam that you've got as a gift,
Oh yeah, the Viet So Sal, yeah.
but that one's very pretty. That's actually pretty.
Okay.
So if you want to give away cuttings, I don't mind to have one.
And actually there is one that is probably quite stable because it's not like, you have splashes or sectoral variegation. So that one is quite stable and pretty fast growing in my experience. Yeah. So other than Monsteras, anything else? I know you're crazy about the Epipremnum.
Yes, there's the split half moon epiprenum. Very nice. Although, when I say I love it, Sean is like, oh, like that's so 2022, Irene.
What do you think about the vibes in general? Like looking at the people buying, selling?
I haven't been very observant because I was just so distracted myself. But the one thing I felt was whenever a plant that's just come out, let's say I saw something 2-3 years ago and it was new and it was like inside a terrarium where nobody could touch it. Now it's like sitting on the floor. Meaning it's a lot more accessible now and people can actually afford to buy it.
Yeah. And one thing to add to that is that some of the plants that were sold before as like a little pot of plant for like a lot of money, now they're sold in like a big pot. They're a lot bigger now and probably a little bit cheaper than before. So if you saw a plant that you liked 2-3 years ago, now
Yeah.
it's like probably a good time to buy it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. Or buy it for your favorite YouTuber.
Yes. And I'm not sure about you, but over the years, I've become a more discerning buyer just because I've got so many. And I've realized now that a lot of little plants I bought, I simply have no idea where they have gone to. Like they're probably not around anymore or dead.
I've done that before. You go around and I'm like, you see a plant in a show or in a store and you're like, wait a minute, I have this plant.
Yeah.
And I've not seen it in like a few months.
Yeah,
And then
yes.
it's just,
So I feel a little bit irresponsible. You're just buying and consuming. I'm so thrilled by just buying stuff, but I'm not very good at taking care of them.
okay. Well, it's good for the plant sellers.
Yeah.
So one more thing, we were just at the plant competition.
Oh.
What do you think of everything, of the...
Oh, I think they're amazing growers. A lot of the leaves are just so perfect. You could see them from like their first baby leaves and then how they've grown up so quickly and so spectacular.
So before I let you go, you're about to take Yan to go out sightseeing. Tell us where you guys are going.
Okay, he says he want to go shopping, so I'm gonna bring him to like Siam Paragon and Siam Center, and then we're gonna end like with a sunset dinner that's overlooking the Arun Wat, and then at night gonna head off to a rooftop bar. So if you have some favorite Bangkok rooftop bars, do let me know in the comment. What are some of your favorite ones?
Favorite what?
Rooftop bars.
Rooftop bar. I've been to 2. I don't remember the names. I'm not a rooftop bar kind of person. I used to live in New York. I've been like too many rooftops. For me, it's like, yeah, just another like, yeah. Also, I have a morbid fear of height.
Oh.
Like it's irrational, morbid fear of just height.
Okay.
So maybe I'm just not as like, it's not the first 10 things I want to do here. When I come here, I just want to go to Chatuchak Plant Market. I just want to look at plants.
That's what he says like on the show, but I'm sure he has very exciting plans in Bangkok.
But while they're doing all that activity, I'll be back in my hotel room editing this video. So
boring.
Yeah, but it has to be done, right? So please give this a like, comment down below, and give Yan and Irene a follow. Of course you follow them. What do you mean I follow? But if in case you're not, go check out their feed. And by the way, Irene will be...
Leafing around, by the way.
Yeah, and if you want to see their fun travel stuff, Irene is really just about posting, their travel, so you can come along with them and see the sights and sounds and the plans of Bangkok.
Yeah.
Okay? That's
Okay.
being said, I guess I'm gonna bid you farewell.
Bye.
Now,